Here's my i7 and Boreas build. It's in a Silverstone TG07 case. There's the Boreas. It's got two GTX 285s and SLI, 12 gigs of RAM, an Intel i7 920, and then that you can't see right here, but behind those hard drive fans is a 1 terabyte Western Digital drive, and then two Vertex SSDs in RAID. Here's the Boreas itself, and right now it's running at 100% power, so you can see how loud it is. The software actually controls it. You set the coolant to whatever temperature you want, and as you're using the computer, it'll adjust the power to both the TECs and the fans to bring the coolant down to your target. So right now you can see that there's no load at all on the computer, but I did turn the Boreas all the way up. So this is as loud as it's ever going to get. There's that. And there's the GPU temperatures. The coolant travels down to the GPUs first, and then to the i7. So it does keep things pretty cool, especially the video cards. At full blast, it'll bring the coolant down to about 18 degrees. And that's with everything on here. Under full load, the temperatures do climb quite a bit, but this is an i7, so it gets pretty hot. It'll reach high 50s, low 60s. Here is most of the hardware for the Boreas. It takes a PCI Express power cable, and then it's hooked into the motherboard through a USB header. And so the software to run it is actually right here. As you can see, both TECs and the fans are at 100%. Well, it's kind of modulating them, but that's only because I set the coolant to 20 degrees. We can turn it down a little bit if we would like to. Okay. So, there you have it. And if you want to see what it can do in Prime 95, I guess we'll run that real quick. Also, it is running at 3.8 gigahertz, which a couple people were saying is kind of low. To that, it is not as high as I'd like it to be, but this Gigabyte board does have a little bit of issue getting to 200 megahertz base clock. I've tried to give it a lot more voltage, but honestly, I'd rather lower the voltage and have it run at 3.6 and then 3.8 with turbo boost. It's simply not worth it to try to get it to run at 200 base clock. The amount of voltage that I'd have to give it is absurd. And even with a cooling solution like this, I'd rather not push the chip that hard, honestly. Okay, so we've got Prime 95 loaded up. And we'll run large FFTs. There we go. As you can see, I did not turn hyper-threading off. I could have done that, and I could have lowered the voltage even more, got the same speed, but for what he's doing, which is some encoding and things like that, I think it's probably better for him to have all the hyper-threading on. Okay, there we go. So 60 degrees, coolant's at 22 degrees. There we go. Low 50s. And the video cards aren't doing anything right now, but it is actually going to raise the temperature of them since they're in the loop with the 920 as well. Alright, one more look. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.